hey, you're here, so you might as well sit back, relax, enjoy the show. I'm gonna do a get ready with me video, of course featuring some makeup, because I find that it's more fluid. It's so much easier for me to talk and just get my thoughts out. I feel like sometimes this is like therapy. So anyway, I'm not gonna keep you going. I'm not gonna keep you lingering on the comments, on the content. Yeah, so welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sandy Esprit. Please do not forget to subscribe, click like, and share, comment below. I like to keep things conversational type, even though it's more like a monologue these days. But so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Considering it is summertime, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Matte Lock Infallible Matte Lock. This is my absolute favorite primer to use on my face. I probably should have had my mirror started. It is absolutely one of my favorite primers. I'm gonna do this. There we go. And yeah, simply because it is matte. I love the fact that it is matte. I love the fact that it actually provides a matte finish, matte coverage. And for my hair, as you can see, this is like a loose, a very loose bun. I slicked the edges, but it is what it is, because I honestly I wanted to have like some kind, I was trying to go for like a bang situation, but it didn't want to cooperate. And then I wanted to do like a puff in the back, but that also wasn't happening. And now I have this random fluff just floating around. But yeah, it was not happening. So the Riversall Lightweight Broad Spectrum Sunscreen, that's SPF 30. This is shade 200. This is shade 200. It is dark for my face. They only have, it's a mineral sunscreen. It says lightweight. I don't find it to be lightweight. It gives full coverage in my opinion. It's amazing if you have dry skin. Not so much if your skin is not dry, or if you've had a tan. This might work out for well for you. They have like another shade, which is shade 100, as well as and then one is like untinted. Yeah. And Riversall is a Canadian-based company created by a dermatologist. You kind of have to work it in to get the coverage you want. And I really like using this as a foundation base, simply because I find that I can skip several steps when I use it as my foundation base. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. But yeah, I lately I posted a reel regarding the how the clean girl aesthetic, now that's all the rage now, clean girl aesthetics. And I found I'm not mad at it, but I'm mad at the marketing, like how we're making it cool and why it's cool. And lately I feel like any black hairstyle that was once considered ghetto is now being recycled with a white model in as the face, and it's now cool. And we saw it happen with the Kardashians, with the BBL movement. And I mean, the Kardashians are known as being, I find them to be masters of marketing as it pertains to their looks. They know how to keep themselves fresh and to reinvent themselves and to just stay relevant. But what really bothers me is the fact that like they created this whole image that was really based on black women and black women's bodies. I mean, we're talking about the thin waist with the big butt. Back then, I remember growing up, that was not a look. You did not want to have a huge butt. You did not want to have a thin waist and a huge butt. You wanted to be like super skinny. You wanted to be a twig. But now it's cool. All right, so you can see my face is dark. It's too dark. It's too dark. So I'm gonna go ahead and lighten it up with concealer. concealer. This is the Fit Me concealer. This is my favorite concealer. I love the small brush. I love the fact that I can go ahead and just apply exactly where I want it to. It gives me precision and it's not too much. But anyway, like I was saying, yeah, they definitely created a whole movement where women all of a sudden wanted to have thin waist and a huge butt. And that would have been cool if the energy around it had been kept up. Like, and what I mean by that is the fact that it became cool all across the globe. Like, everybody wanted to have a thin waist and big butt. Same with the braids, you know, we call them cornrows, and this is something like black people, it's a staple in the black community. Cornrows, whether or not you have them all the way back, zigzags, all that, slap a white girl on it, and now it's boxer braids, and it's edgy, and it's cool. Bantu knots, like mini buns, and now the clean girl aesthetic is considered cool. So I put my concealer on, as you can see, all over. But yeah, now it's the slick back hair, and I'm not here gatekeep. Wow, I'm not here trying to gatekeep anything, because I feel like all hairstyles, trends, looks, aesthetics should be shared. It should be shared amongst cultures. My whole thing is, what's cool for one should be cool for another. Just like clean girl aesthetics, that was considered ghetto. Like, only ghetto girls did that when I was growing up. It was the easiest way to get your hair done, but if you look at ATL, you know, you see it, the gold hoops, the nude lip gloss, and that, you know, it was just a very mute look, and it was considered ghetto. Now it's the clean girl aesthetic, and I'm not even talking about like the army look. It's just, I don't know, I find it a little hypocritical that, you know, if it's done, if a black woman is seen rocking it, you know, 20 years later, you'll find that it will be repackaged, rebranded, put a brand new name on it, and typically a white woman will be on the cover, and it will be the latest trend for you to try. It'll be on the magazine covers as the latest trend that's sweeping the nation. And that's really annoying. And it's annoying for multiple reasons. It's because we're supposed to be the ones that is encouraging inclusivity and diversity. But we can't be diverse if we cannot celebrate the face, whether it be a BIPOC woman or a man, or whether it be a BIPOC person or a non-BIPOC person. It should be universal across the board. It doesn't, if you're gonna reinvent a look, it shouldn't be cool once a white face is on there. And I find like this is something that we really need to change. Everyone should be comfortable rocking their aesthetic without feeling marginalized, or without being demonized, or without it being like, oh, it's not cool because you're doing it. I went ahead and everywhere that had the highlighter, the concealer, which I use as a highlighter, I went ahead and I blended it out. And you can see my face has now this sheen. And I'm not a huge fan of sheen. This for me is a bit much. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set with the Laura Mercier, the what is it called? This is the translucent loose setting powder, and I got this mini version. I think I got it on my birthday at Sephora. No, I don't want that. So I gotta find the brush that I want. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and just set the concealer under my eyes, specifically because it tends to crease a lot, and in my forehead. Now I didn't put any here, but I am gonna go ahead and still apply some here. And yeah, just to get rid of some of that shine, because I'm not a huge fan of shine. But yeah, so that's the look. I'm gonna do, I guess, the clean girl aesthetic, which for me is not necessarily clean girl. For me, it's more like that's what we've always done. Like, it's always been done. I don't have, my ears aren't pierced, so there's not gonna be any loose hoops. I don't have any gold hoops to put on. But I've been doing this since middle school, like this since the early 2000s. So I don't know. I really hope this is something that does change. I hope this is something that, like, we can actually have a legit conversations without people assuming, oh, you're making a big deal out of nothing. Because it's not something that's like out of nothing. There is merit to it. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Mini Gel. So what I like about using this particular technique is the fact that it's giving me bronze. I've now bronzed my face without actually using a bronzer, and it allows me to skip certain steps, like using a bronzer. And all I had to do was highlight specific areas of my face to, you know, bring back the natural tone. I'm gonna go ahead with a nude, my nude palette from Mented. This is the Everyday Eyeshadow Palette. It has 9 colors on there. I'm going so low key, and I'm gonna go ahead with this color here and apply right on the eyelid, because I really don't want, again, it's really a soft, muted look today. Nothing fancy. I gotta go to the bank later on today because there's been issues with my account. Hate dealing with having to dispute charges, because it's like, you do right, you pay people their money, and then there's a reason why the money's no longer needed. Just give back what you owe them. Like, if there's a refund that needs to be had, just refund them their money. It shouldn't be that big of an issue, but some people have issues paying back money. Quick to collect, but as soon as it's time for them, is this even showing up? No, that's cool. That's all I'm gonna use. As soon as it's time for them to give back what they owe, it's an issue. So my eyes are pretty much done. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to go ahead and use the my blush from e.l.f. Cosmetics and my highlighting powder. There's my e.l.f. blush. This is Always Rosy. It's my favorite blush. I use it all the time. A little bit goes a long way. Super pigmented. And I just love that I can just apply and it's there, you know? Now, it might seem like much, but I'm the type, I need to see the color. And don't worry, it's all gonna go away very soon. So once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Burt's Bees. This is Golden Hour. This is the Luminizer, one of my favorite highlighters. It gives a really nice soft glow without it being all over your face on the highest points of my face, including my nose, bridge of my nose, and some on my forehead. Just as simple as, oh, I forgot also, as well as my eyelid right in the middle. I find it just gives a little, I don't know, a little twinkle, a little spark, which I love. And then I'm gonna take my highlighting brush here. Let's get all of that in there. It's not meant to be super clean. I have hooded eyes as well, so most of the time my eyeshadows are not clean. Let's get that all in there. Middle of the forehead, yep. Let's clear that up there. Yep, and then the bridge of the nose, just to give the highlighting We'll come back here later. And I like to really just pat it in before I rub it in, or blend it in, I should say. I find personally that it looks a little better, and you can see the sheerness of the glow. It's there, but it's not in your face, which I really like. And that's what the whole idea of, I believe, was of this look. The clean girl aesthetic look is supposed to look like. It's just your skin, the no makeup look, and how to look like your face is flawless. Can smile. I remember this chick from Tyra Banks. I know like that's the thing now, hate on Tyra Banks, but for me, I love her. So you're supposed to like smile and go all the way back. I remember like that's the first hack I learned of highlighting, which was, if you want to know the highest points of your face, smile. The modeling industry was a mess back then. It was very toxic. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that we didn't have to see it. I know it's really bad to say, but I mean, they made a lot, like, listen, they made some money off of us. They made money, like, that toxic culture. There's so much to unpack when you look at the history of beauty. There was a lot of good that came out of it, but it was so toxic, and like, because of that toxicity, people were just, I think, looking for a way to feel better about themselves. So when you saw someone else who was like super perfect getting picked apart, it was just like, oh, I'm not that bad, which is bad. That's something I hope, like, again, which is why this whole clean girl aesthetic thing is so annoying to me. So I'm using now to finish up is the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the loose finishing powder. And I just realized that I've been using it as a setting powder instead of a finishing powder. So a finishing powder is supposed to just put your whole look together. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that to finish up my face. So I'm slowly and lightly gonna go ahead and all over my face, I'm gonna put this in there just a little bit and just let it all just, everything can now be one uniform look. So my face is now all, it's just unified. See? So this is apparently how a finishing powder is supposed to be used. I'm gonna use my favorite, that's the Dermablend, come on now, Dermablend Lock and Last setting spray. I don't know if that was supposed to go on first or last, but anyway. A little bit goes a long way with that one. I always feel like I'm not putting, they said to put it in X, but it never feels like it's enough. You know, it just never feels like it's enough. It just doesn't. I don't know why. Okay, so now I can go ahead and do all the wet stuff, which is like eyeliner and mascara. I think I'm just gonna skip the eyeliner and go straight for mascara. Lancome Hypnose. I know that they just came out with the Lancome 8, which is supposed to be like this amazing mascara. It has like a serum in it. I saw a few girls, influencers, using it. I was like, I would love to get my hands on it. One of them being Dominique Baker. She had hers like engraved with her name. It looked like such a cool event. Oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but I love seeing my favorite influencers at those PR events. I love seeing them together. I love seeing them living their best lives. I love that they just serve as inspiration as to what it can look like to live the soft life. Like, I'm one of those complete fangirl cheerleaders. If you're winning, I'm winning with you. That's how I feel, even though I'm not physically there with you. I don't get to enjoy any of the perks you do, but I am living for you. I love seeing it. And Lancome is such, I really love their their products. I have the Tamirac foundation. Honestly, if my bank account would allow me, I would have so much of their stuff. So this is what it looks like. Their mascara when I have it on. And the last thing I'm gonna do is my lips. And for that, I'm gonna use Tierra Adelaide alongside, where are you? Burt's Bees liquid lipstick, and they're both 2 shades. Tierra Adelaide is number 9, and this one is this is Niagara Nude 802. And I'm gonna use this one to contour the lip. And I've been feeling that whole ombre look lately. I feel like it just really looks good on me. And right in the middle, Niagara Nude. And there you go, that's the whole look. Put a necklace on. You know what, maybe we'll just forsake the necklace. But that is the look. I find like, so that's pretty much it. That's my clean girl. That's the clean girl aesthetic look. Makeup is done, edges are laid, and if this would cooperate, I'd be happy. But we're going with a very loose puff in the back. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't too long, and it's very quick because, you know, so many steps were skipped, and also I finally figured out how to use a finishing powder. So I hope you enjoyed this video. By all means, please comment down below and let me know your thoughts, and I will see you. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share with your friends. See you in the next video. Ciao for now.